So today we're going to start building a simple web page that is going to be Section 508 compliant. It'll take care of accessibility issues. We're going to use this. We'll be using HTML CMS. We're going to use some div tags, class tags, and we'll do this without any tables on there because sometimes tables can cause some issues with screen readers. So let's get started. We're going to be using Adobe Dreamweaver CS 5.5. The versions are a little different between the two, but if you have something different, I'm sure this will still apply. So let's create something new. We're going to click HTML, and we're going to start something new. Now we have absolutely nothing on this page, so what we need to do is put some content on there. So I've gone to a website that generates fake content called Lorem Ipsum, and I just put it on a Word document. And this is what I have here. So I've selected all. I'll hit Command C to copy, minimize that, click that, Command V, and paste. Now I got some stuff to work with, okay? So we're going to put the content on there. So now we need to start building some rules for this thing. One thing about CSS or cascading style sheets, these are purely for how the information, how your websites are displayed. It's not to do with the content or HTML code. It takes the content and displays it a certain way. The advantage is that there's consistency throughout your pages, and you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you write a page. So to do this, we're going to bring our cursor down here. We're going to select our tag. We select the tag down here for the body. We'll come over here in our properties, and there's these different. You can attach a style sheet. You can create a new CSS rule, or you can delete any other rules that you don't like up here. So we're going to create a new rule, so we're going to hit new CSS rule. And we just want it to be body. We don't need the body paragraph, so let's just get rid of the P. It's compound, so we're going to say OK. So what sort of things can we do with this? Well, we can change the type, background, block, box, so on and so forth, and you'll see these different things used later on. For right now, let's just worry about the body of the web page. Let's set our type. So we're going to come to Font Family. Hit the drop down, and you see these different groupings of fonts. We're going to select We're going to select Arial, Helvetica, and Sans Serif. We select that. And the font family means is that if someone's computer doesn't have Arial, then it'll pick up Helvetica, and either way it'll be sans serif. We want to change our font size for everything. We want to set that to 16 pixels. That'll set 16 pixels all over. We're going to hit apply, and when I do, you see all the type over here has changed. So we say OK. Now, click on anything. There's the body. Pretty soon you'll start seeing the list of our tags over here, all our rules that we have. Now, we want to use headers. We don't want to go into our body and change the fonts to make it look like there's headers on there. That'll cause some issues with screen readers and so forth. So what we need to do is we need to first come in here and we need to separate some of this dummy text. Okay, we're just going to click enter just to make some paragraphs. Enter. And let's do one right here too. Enter. Okay. And let's clean that up a little bit. Shorten that up. Okay. This is purely for something for us to work with later on when you start building your site. Come in, you change the text whatever you want. Okay. So let's put some headers in here. We're going to make this header 1, header 2, header 3. There's a couple ways we can do this. We can select the line that we want, and we can come down here, format, and we can click header 1. Or, let's go back to none. There's some shortcuts you can do. You can click this, you push your command on your Mac or control on your PC, command 1 makes header 1, 2 makes header 2, and 3 makes header 3. We're going to leave this as a header 1. Okay, so now that we have this tag, we want this one to be header 2, so we hit command 2. You don't have to highlight them all either. You just put your cursor there, and we come here and we can make header 3. Great. Now we're moving on. Let's shorten this up a little bit, just to keep them as one-liners for ease of what we're doing here. Okay, now that we have these headers in here, we don't have any rules to tell the style sheet what to do with these headers. So we need to start making rules for them. So what we need to do, we need to come here, we're going to click on header 1, just put your cursor up here anywhere along the header 1, come down here, you see these tags. We're going to select the tag, and then we're going to make a rule for it. Our drop down there, and we just want this rule for header 1. We don't need the body on there, so we can make it less specific. Header 1, hit OK. Now, we're not going to mess with the type family, font family, because we want that to stay consistent. So that's already done. The body tag has the font family in it, so the header tag is apparent to follows default on the body tag. What we want to do change the font size for it. So we're going to come in here, we're going to hit the font size, and we're just going to put in 22 pixels. Okay, and let's change our color to it. It's default to black right now. Let's make it any color we want. Let's make it orange. Okay, and we can also, I want it to be all uppercase because this is going to eventually be up in our top part of our thing. So we come here, we hit uppercase, done. When we hit apply, there it is. All of it's in there. We hit OK. Save as you go. This is a little icon for save. Of course, you can come file, save. We're going to hit save. Save as we go. We would ordinarily name this to something. We're just going to call it example, and I'm just going to, I don't want it to get mixed up in any of my other stuff, so I'm just going to dump it on the desktop for right now. I'm going to get done later, I'll just delete it off of there. Okay, so here we go. So we've saved what we got so far. Now we got to do something with the rest of our headers. So we're going to come here, select header 2, select the tag, make the rule, drop this down to compound. We just want it header 2, not body H2. Make it less specific. Hit OK. Not going to mess with the font family. We do want it to be smaller than this one over here. We're going to make it smaller. So I want to make it too significantly smaller. So let's make it 18 pixels. And I do want the color to be the same. Now, the good thing about this, if you can't remember exactly which color it was over here, you can always just bring it outside here, touch what you want the color, comes up on here, you'll see it, and we're going to select it. And there's our color. We hit apply. You can see it's gone down, the color's changed, hit OK. Let's go to H3. We're going to do the same thing, select the tag, make a rule, compound based on my selection, less specific, OK. Type, we're not going to mess with any of that stuff, we just want to change the color and the text size. So let's make it even smaller. So we'll come down to 16 pixels on it. Color, let's keep it that same orange. Hit apply and hit OK for it. Or we can also do some other things with this. Let's go in into our block. The letter spacing. Say if we want this header to have more space between the letters. So we can do this by come to the block, words, letter spacing. I'm going to drop down. We can set it to 0.15 M spaces. M spaces is the distance, is the space that an M takes up on the screen. Hit apply. You can see that we've changed the distance between the letters. If you want it smaller, just click it again. Let's make it 1.1. Hit apply, and there we go. Hit OK. Now we've done our body. We've set up our headers. These are rules. Every time we do a page, under this style, the style of the sheet will have these types of headers, this font, these colors. Let's save what we got so far. Okay, so moving on. Next, let's insert an image. We insert an image anywhere we want. Okay, I want to put an image right here, so I'm going to put my cursor right there. And we're going to come up to the drop down, insert image. It'll take us to some images. Let me find some that I use. Just have a folder for EdTech. Spring 23, 793, and let's just find for what the site that I do have published. Let's put the handicapped key there. So we're going to do that. Hit choose. This is where we put in our alternate text. Now, alternate text is used by browsers to help find the document. Plus, if someone who is visually impaired can't obviously see it, but the alternate text will describe what it is. I know that this is a keyboard. This is a key on a keyboard that has the handicap symbol on it. Hit OK. There it is. Now that's way too big for what I want. So by pushing the shift, come down here, select, we can reduce its size uniformly without it distorting. Make it any size we want. Let's make it just a little smaller. Okay, so we've inserted an image. Let's come down here and let's insert another image. Same drop down menu, insert image. Same place, this time let's make a section 508 JPEG. We're going to hit choose. The alternate text comes up here, very important, do not skip this step. So what this is, I notice just from doing it, is the number 508 with the handicapped symbol as the 0. Make these alternate text explicit. Describe what it is. I'm going to hit OK. This is huge. As you can see, it's the number 508 with the handicap symbol. We're going to come down here, hold down Shift, make it smaller. There we go. Okay. So we're good so far here. We've inserted images, pointed out how to put in alternate text, and that's all we're going to do for this video right now in this video series. So part 2 will pick up where we left off.